I spoke from a place of frustration, my community's frustration, and I want to end on a place of hope. My name is Savannah Bradley. I'm a resident of Pasadena, grew up in Altadena, where the Eaton fires were hit. It was really interesting, and I really thank you guys for the long-standing work that you're doing in regards to disaster, because for us it's a lot more recent. And so it's definitely a learning curve. I am a member of an organization called ART, which stands for Altadena Recovery Team. It started as 4 Black women from the community, born and raised. We were just set up in our front yard giving out basic goods. It has quickly evolved into a fast-growing organization that helps out hundreds of people every month in getting essential goods. We are now one of the last standing distribution centers, I guess you could say, still giving out essential aid to people in the community. I have been floored by how much I've seen neighbors helping neighbors and the networks that we've created and the mutual aid groups that have popped up in response to these fires. For the most immediate needs after the fire, when I think of mental health, I also think of prior to the intense traumatic event that just happened, people are already oftentimes struggling with their mental health, and a lot of that, this is not the only reason, but a lot of that came from the lack of third spaces, that lack of community, that lack of sense of togetherness or people to rely on or talk to or relate to about the same experiences that you're having. So one, yes, mental health resources can be accessible. There are certain community groups who are popping up and offering free mental health services to community members who have gone through the traumatic event. For Altadena Recovery Team, we had a speaker from Australia come, and she talked about art as a creative recovery practice. And so we talked about how you can find healing through art and finding multiple different ways, whatever healing looks like for you. Some people don't feel comfortable going to a therapist. That's not something that's talked about in their family, going to therapy. And so maybe they find their creative expression through art, or maybe they find it through, sitting and talking with friends and being in their local coffee shop, or going to the park that maybe they can't access as easily anymore because their home is burned down, but we have community events at those spaces. We have yoga in the park. We have ways where people can still come together and lean on each other and rely on each other, because at this time, that's what you really need, is other people who understand what you've gone through.
The burden, if you will, falls on the people doing the mutual aid. How does that resonate with you?
It started off strong, I'll say that, and it is still going strong. We received a lot of funding and donations across the board when the fires started. Everyone wanted to save LA. Faced a lot of uncertainty with where the aid will be going if people actually see that aid. Even the current administration wanting to cut back FEMA and threatening to not provide us with aid. I think what we really struggle with right now is that the state and the community, the local governments will have a lot of options available for people, but they're not really connected on the ground to the people who need the aid. So many people, especially elderly, those with language barriers, struggle to get the information that is sent out to the broader community. So if you're not in the know with the right person or the right group, a lot of the people don't even know what is available to help them. And so there's a lot of almost mediating by community groups to community members, but even what is provided by the state and local government is often muddled and confused by people of what really is truly available. There's all these different grants floating around, and a lot of it is a lottery system. Some of it, people have to fill out so many applications. You spend so much of your time filling out application after application, reliving your trauma, trying to campaign for that aid. Or you have people in different situations who are renters, or young adults who are living at home with their family. They didn't have insurance. So there's a lot of people who are left with nothing, and there's only so much that mutual aid groups can do, and we need more support from the state and local governments. I spoke from a place of frustration, my community's frustration, and I want to end on a place of hope. And so one beautiful thing that has come out of all of this, again, is ultimately the community groups and the mutual aid. The intersectionality that we will continue to experience and create. Hopefully, yes, the people suffering from the fires can connect with those from the floods, but also even within our own communities after the fires, we were immediately hit by immigration raids. And we have combined our efforts of our donation drive with those same efforts of know your rights, so that the same people who are visiting our drives can know your rights, or we can deliver that information to them. And so I think I'm seeing a beautiful creation of an ever-growing network of the people, of the communities, of those who are suffering. And we are continuing to reclaim our power. I think there was a moment we were often met with apathy and feeling paralyzed, or like nothing can be done. But as more communities come together and people see the work is that being put in, step by step, we can continue to reclaim our power and prepare, because these disasters will continue to happen. And so I hope that we all can come together and continue to create a network out of this. So thank you for having me.
Yeah.